Hey everybody, so I have here my take on the responsive media system project that we're looking at. This is actually something that I made a while ago, several years ago, that I've just modified a little bit to make fit the parameters of this project. So for this project, we're talking about this idea of a responsive media system. And we've thus far been talking about MIDI, musical instrument digital interface, and text. And the responsive part, right, because we've made these systems already, MIDI and text in the class. So the responsive part for the project comes in where you take some bit of user input, whether that is a mouse movement or a keyboard input, or maybe if you want to go further, you could think about audio input or even motion capture or any number of things that you could be responsive to in real time. I've mostly been talking about user input, something that a person could do in real time, but you could also think about streaming web data, like something about the weather or something that's happening live that you could get from online. Anyway, in this example, I'm looking at mouse movement and I'm turning that into MIDI data. So let's just take a listen. Okay, back to piano. So let's take a look underneath here. This is my patch. I'm using this object mouse state to find out where my mouse currently is. This is the X direction, so left and right. And I'm using that to control the pitch, lower and higher. Then I have the movement of the mouse. I'm taking the average, because I've got the X and the Y average motion. And I'm mapping that to the velocity of the current MIDI. And I've got a lot of, so that's like the basic setup. And then I have some other fun things that are happening that make this more dynamic. So for example, I have this random object here that changes the duration of the note just randomly as it progresses through time. So each of these notes that is being triggered is a different duration before it stops. Over here, I am setting a new key. I'm actually going to go back to pentatonic here. Can't really see the So this button actually changes the key. And I have that triggering with a threshold object. So if I am moving a whole bunch, greater than 200, then I am triggering a bang to change the key of the output. What else have I got going on here? I've got the option to switch from pentatonic to major in these sub patches. And then of course I'm using my program out and my general MIDI U menu, oops, right here, to switch different instruments. Okay, so my mapping is mouse position and speed to MIDI notes. For your project, you can pick anything that you're interested in, focusing on MIDI and text and taking whatever kind of input you have control over and trying to make some interesting creative output with that.